Good afternoon. We have come out of a meeting with ZEC, Mrs. Chigidi, and Mr. Chidakuza, representing the Commission, where we are very concerned that a few days before the elections, there are still a lot of loose ends to this election. So we brought to their attention the various reports that we're receiving from the field regarding the process of training of polling officials and the arrangements towards the deployment of officials. But the all-important issue for us is that of the voters' roll. We interacted with the press last week, and we promised that we would have a further election watch update this week. But we believed that it would have much more value if we had given ZEC the opportunity to address the issues that confront us. So essentially there are 4 issues that we drew to their attention and confirmed in writing. The first issue is that we need to be assured as to which voters' roll is going to be used on Saturday. There may be different versions of the voters' roll because ZEC themselves issued voters' rolls to candidates after nomination. And we assumed that those would be the voters' rolls for the respective wards and constituencies for elections to be held. Accordingly, we engaged a consultant to analyze those voters' rolls, some of them anyway, only to hear that ZEC disowned them. So it becomes very important that ZEC confirms that the voters' rolls that were issued to candidates are the same voters' rolls that will be used on Saturday. If that's not the case, then they must produce the voters' roll, which will be used on Saturday. So that was the first and important issue confronting us. ZEC's own roadmap in the countdown says that from the 24th to the 26th, a voters' roll will be on display at each polling station. 24th is in 2 days' time. And I dare say they could quite easily have assured us that the voters' roll for Saturday is ready. And secondly, that it is either the same or different from what was issued to candidates. That's the first issue. The second issue is that we are receiving disturbing reports from the field that polling agents cannot be admitted to polling stations unless they're vaccinated. This is the first time I'm hearing it. What we've heard is that there are issues of social distancing, and indeed we're all very serious about fighting the pandemic. But it is extremely unfair that at this 11th hour, you then say to our agents or to any agents, because they have no vaccination certificates, they can't serve as agents. That was the second issue. The third issue that we brought to their attention is that we again are receiving reports from the field that agents are not allowed to take in a cell phone, to take in a torch, to take in a pen into the polling station. Now that is plainly ridiculous. This we've heard from Marondera, we've heard from Kwekwe. So it's hardly coincidental, and it is hardly a question of a ZEC official being reckless. And we needed it clarified by ZEC head office that there is no such rule. Because as far as we are concerned, ZEC operates or should operate within the regulations. And I don't know of any regulation which says my agent, who is supposed to keep me informed about what is happening, the process of elections in a particular polling station, cannot contact me or file a report. So that was the third issue. The fourth issue, yes, we, on the 24th of February, wrote to ZEC regarding the printing of ballot papers. We were honored with a response which said there will be a public announcement about over the ballot papers. It got the letter somewhere. But what we wanted from them was an assurance that there's a process of consultation even at the local level, your district multi-party liaison officers. A liaison which enables us or our candidates to proofread the specimen ballot papers. They never got an opportunity to do that. And only to find, only the other day, that a number of our candidates could not even recognize the picture that is on the ballot paper. So I don't know what happened. So clearly a process is required for confirmation of these important specimens before we go public. Needless to say that each candidate, when filing nomination papers, is required to furnish a party symbol which has got a specific description of the features of that symbol. Now in our case, our description goes in part that there's a yellow background with a photograph of Nelson Chamisa and a wording all around. That is what I expect to see when I look at the ballot paper. That is what the voter expects to see in order to make up their minds. And ditto for all the other political parties that have submitted party symbols. So clearly it's an issue that we would like addressed because it affects the validity or the legitimacy of the electoral outcome. So in short, those are the issues that we put forward, and as if by prediction, we will look at it. We will consult with our legal department, with our various departments, and we'll revert back to you. We've got 4 days to the election. That is the kind of attitude we don't need. I thank you.
All right, so the last time we heard ZEC saying they had not gotten any formal complaint around issues to do with the voters' roll as being highlighted by Tim Pachedu on social media, for example. Now, as Triple C, had you at any point written to ZEC, and what was their response to that?
Thank you very much. I overlooked that very important point. On the 25th of February, we wrote to ZEC incorporating our preliminary findings on the voters' roll that had been issued. And it's there in writing to ZEC. We have not been honored with a response. And we reminded them again today. If you want to know why they didn't respond, please ask them.